Namaste and Tashida Lake. I'm here to tell you about my business idea, Sacred Spaces of Nepal Himalaya, a cultural tour and trekking opportunity. So a little bit about my personal history. I am currently an MA student in the Department of Religion, where I study Tibetan Buddhism and sacred space. I got my undergraduate degree in Nepal in Kathmandu at a university called Rangjung Yeshe Institution. It's the Buddhist Studies Center, and it's a university that trains Buddhist translators around the world in Buddhist philosophy and Himalayan language. So after 5 years of living in Nepal, I realized that there are lots of different companies offering study abroad, offering trekking, and offering like spiritual tours, but there are no companies currently offering a synthesis of those three modalities. So while living there, I have developed relationships with local partners and kind of cherry picked the best opportunities for people to participate in Nepalese culture and religion and explore the arts in a way that directly benefits Nepal as a developing country where most of its income actually comes from tourism. From the time that I originally had this idea, which was probably 4 years ago, I actually spent 3 years doing research on how to design a tour that would combine these three different modalities. And in order to do that, I had different friends who came from the United States, and we would kind of talk through some of my ideas. I would plan day excursions for them with my local partners, and then I would get their feedback. So I did 2 years of running two different programs that offered a synthesis between spiritual tourism and adventure trekking. I adapted the feedback, and then last year I actually designed a study abroad program for the University of Hawaii. This program is a FAST program, faculty sponsored study abroad, that was offered through the religion department in summer 2025, and we took 8 students, mostly philosophy students, but also some anthropology students, to Nepal, where they studied at my alma mater, Rangjung Yeshe Institute, taking advanced language courses and studying Buddhist philosophy. So in total, I have 3 years of feedback to draw from, 2 years working with different groups of friends and kind of troubleshooting the design of the course, as well as last year's study abroad program with the students. And the University of Hawaii is looking at bringing students to Nepal again next summer, and I will also be leading the study abroad next summer. But I would like to adapt this deep relationship building and experiential learning and this opportunity for transformation that people get from a more ethical kind of tourism, a more engaged kind of tourism, to use some of the benefits that you might get from a study abroad, but actually make it available to everyone. So no need to have like a PhD in Buddhist studies in order to participate. I should also say that all of my local partners are very enthusiastic about this because I allow them to set their own wages, and then I typically double whatever they ask to get paid. So for so many families in Nepal who are relying on tourist dollars, this is an excellent opportunity for people who are local Buddhist scholars or Hindu scholars to showcase their knowledge and build international cultural networks while also making more in just a couple days than they would typically make an entire month. Just a little bit about the design of the program. It's intended to run for 18 days in and around the Kathmandu Valley. So the course is designed to be 8 different modules, each working with a local partner. The first module will be a trek to the Longtong National Park. This part of the program is high alpine trekking and intended to introduce the clients to the basics of summiting Himalayan mountains, how to acclimatize, as well as how to work with gear. The company that we're working with, Shiva Excursions, which handles all the permits, as well as the guides and the porters, offers free gear rental. This would be approximately a 10-day trek up to the sacred lake of Gosai Kunda, where we'll cross over a mountain pass into the Longtong region, and we will be able to summit Surgo Reed. It's approximately a 16,000 foot mountain. And then coming back down, after this high alpine trekking experience, we'll have approximately 8 days for the other 7 modules, so 1 module per day and 1 rest day. The next module is a tour of the charnel grounds. That includes Bodha Stupa. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site in Tibetan known as Lonjutsak, and the area of Pashupati, which is a cremation ground known for its association with the Shakti Pit and the Nath Yogi Ashram. There we'll discuss like textual and practice traditions, and at the end of the day we'll go to the Arti ceremony, and this is a place where the clients can be exposed to the diverse set of death and mortuary practices in the Kathmandu Valley. The next day, and this is the 3rd module, will be a trip to Bhaktapur, where we'll introduce the concept of jatra, as well as the living artistic traditions such as stone masonry and wood carving. We'll also go to Swayambhu the following day. That's the 4th module, to talk about cosmogony and the mythic narratives of the Kathmandu Valley. This is the second largest stupa in Kathmandu, and then that day we'll also do what's called a detour with my colleague Soyug Shrestha, going around to not just the big and famous temples that you could find on any tourist itinerary, but also going to temples that are falling down or have been, rebuilt as supermarkets. And this gives the clients an opportunity to see beyond, the veneer of Kathmandu as a kind of idealized, romanticized place, and to see it for the living reality that it is, including the challenges of navigating such a religiously pluralistic society in a globalizing world. The 5th module will take the clients to Patan to view the Patan Durbar Square, as well as the Newar architecture of the Bahal. Here they'll have an experience of Newar Buddhism as well as Newar Hinduism. In some of the other modules, we'll discuss Tibetan Buddhism. These 3 religions together represent the religious pluralism of the Kathmandu Valley, giving the clients an option to participate in different religious rituals and meditation ceremonies of these diverse traditions. We'll also talk about metallurgy and experience some of the healing modalities associated with Patan, such as sound bowl healing, and get to participate in esoteric Buddhism and chanting at Kwa Bahal, or the famous Golden Temple. The 6th module is an interview with a professional astrologer named Radha Krishna, where participants will have the option to have their natal charts read, as well as discuss the basics of Nepali astrological traditions. We'll also be taking this opportunity to discuss different forms of spirit possession, and we'll arrange for the clients to meet a local jankari. This is a kind of medicinal practitioner in the Kathmandu Valley, and we'll also go visit the Kumari, which is known as the goddess incarnate. The 7th module will take a trip to the Soa Rigpa International College, where we'll continue the theme of exploring health and wellness through these alternative religious traditions. There we'll talk about Tibetan medicine and the different tantric traditions within Tibetan Buddhism. And the 8th and final module will be a trip just outside of Kathmandu to Pharping and the cave monastery of Astura and Yangla Sho caves. Here we'll be joined by Ankit Singh to discuss Tibetan chanting, Chud practice, Vajra Yogini, and our final concluding event will be a meditation at the Pharping Monastery in the cave, as well as a Vasudhara Dharani recitation. So this arts and cultural tour allows the clients to experience everything that Nepal has to offer, from high alpine trekking to the diverse artistic traditions, as well as experiential learning and exploring different forms of health and wellness. The total price for the trip is $4,000. This includes accommodation, trekking, payments for all of our local partners, food for the 10 days of the trek, as well as certain family-style meals. Some things that the clients will have to self-pay would be some meals while we're traveling, or if we have an afternoon off, or the clients want to venture on their own, they would be paying their own taxi fee. But the $4,000 is comprehensive. However, it does not include the plane ticket. I intend to start advertising at different yoga studios here and in the Bay Area for next summer's 18-day program. I'd also like to develop this program and offer it to high school students in the coming years. And I'll be advertising online through the creation of a website as well as different trip booking agencies in order to gain approximately 10 to 12 participants per tour. Okay, thank you very much.